This project aims to analyze and present the ways entertainment evolved and started including concepts related to war and peace after the World War II, and how it helps societies adapt to their new lives through the instruments of it such as theater, music, and literature. World War II was a war that started with Germany's invasion of Poland on September 1, 1930, and caused the death of 55 million people worldwide. The war spread to a wide geography of the world and caused serious damage even in geographies where there was no war. During World War II, people were damaged not only demographically or economically, but also socio-culturally. The living conditions created due to the war put societies in an economic deadlock, which caused the social structure to deteriorate, and as a result of that, the welfare levels decreased and the crime rates increased. Under these conditions, the development of some entertainment source was paused, some were detected, and some were used only as a tool in war. During World War II, entertainment sources were used as a part of propaganda efforts carried out by states. The most commonly used propaganda methods were radio, film, and music. Radio was used because it was more affordable and gave governments the opportunity to reach more people. The film industry was used because it was a source of entertainment that could communicate with people on all sides. And music was used because it was believed to activate certain emotions in people more quickly. And just like that, look at how powerful it is. As a result, many sources of communication and sources of entertainment were included in the propaganda efforts carried out during World War II, albeit for different reasons. Their use in war negatively affected the development of these entertainment vehicles and entered the history of these vehicles. In this video project, it will be touched upon how music, theater, and literature were affected by the Second World War and how it changed after the war will be analyzed. This project aims analyze and present the ways entertainment evolved and started including concepts related to war and peace after the World War II, and how it helped societies adapt to their new lives through instruments of it, such as theater, music, and literature. During Nazi rule, the ownership of radios in Germany rose to 16 from 4 million households. Similar adoption rates were seen in both Europe and in the USA. That proves that music was still a common communication and entertainment source among people, although many of the musicians joined the military due to the war and most of the big bands disbanded. In the war environment, a common aim of making music was to turn it into a propaganda tool. It is seen in many cultures that songs made during the time of World War II were used to defend a specific idea. Buster Ezell's wartime song, Roosevelt and Hitler, is an example to the songs that contain political messages. Roosevelt with Hitler, he tried to live in peace, but Hitler, he is destroying. Every vessel he could see, he is threatened so mean, with his dreadful submarines. There are strange things happening in this land. After the end of the war, music separated from its political identity and regained its artistic aspect. New musicians arose, and some of those were famous for promoting peace. That is how the effect of war time is seen on the musicians, the so-called war babies, reflected how they were emotionally damaged by the war by making the term peace seen on their pieces. The Beatles is an example of that peace movement in music. Theater is another entertainment tool people use for both enjoying art and entertaining. During World War II, theater was harmed in some different ways. Theater had ceased to be a tool of art and was included in a propaganda system. Some theaters all around Europe were bombed and destroyed, and that affected civilian population in some ways. A theater was bombed in London during the London Blitz, and according to the Australian War Memorial, the Blitz is important for the society due to the fact that it brought the war to the civils as none of the previous wars had before. According to the Herring, the Nazi is called the War of Ideologies, and that is seen on how theater was used in propaganda. During World War II, the plays that were in benefit of the Nazi were shown all over Europe, and the actors that were acting in these plays were getting paid high salaries even before the plays were being shown. These actors had different privileges, awards, and titles. Even before the German theater ensemble had actually arrived in Prague, the actors received the title Staatsschauspieler. Staatsschauspieler means state actor, and the so-called state actors had their own privileges in Nazi Germany. Wartime is an extreme situation when the definition of most things change and evolve over time. Even though literature is mostly used as a way of making art, it was used as a way of historiography during World War II. An example of a literary work which was written to record history and memories to prevent them to be forgotten is the Diary of Anne Frank. It is written by a little girl who was hiding from the Nazis during the Nazi occupation of the Netherlands and is a proof that literature is not only an entertainment tool.
Hi everyone, so although you may know me from class or I'm filming this video from my laptop, I am actually a writer from 1940s, and today I will be talking to you about my experience in writing during the times of war. So when the war first started, a lot of my colleagues used their writings for propaganda, and the ones who didn't had a lot of pessimism in their products since they were largely affected by the war. And for me, the war calls on productivity since I couldn't focus on my writings during the times of war. So since the war ended and the year is 1946, I am looking forward to get back on track with my writings, and I can see that our field is starting to develop again after the war. So thank you for listening.
To sum up everything that has been stated so far, the Second World War was not a war fought entirely between armies. It went beyond military conflicts, and it did not happen only due to the aim of some geographical gains and economic benefits. It had the aim of reshaping Europe and the use of cultural supremacy. That caused the entertainment tools to be suppressed and evolved over the wartime.